spirituality, and the mortal blade. The focal point of the mortal blade's spirituality is not the divines, but in honoring the memory of dragon slayers of ancient times. Ancestor worship consists of honoring the legends of those who have come before, and the mortal blade exercises this theology through daily meditation. Expressions of honor and gratitude for the gifts of the voice and the tools of war tend to constitute the mantra of the mortal blade. Study of history, military theory, combat tactics, and martial skill are the hallmarks of the mortal blade's discipline, and a recitation of the names and the deeds of great warriors are often included in daily meditations. The meditations of the mortal blade usually take place at dawn, as the blade kneels with his back to the rising sun. The symbolism of the sun rising behind the mortal blade is significant and representative of the legions of ancient warriors of the voice marching at the back of the Joor Tuz to bring bloody battle to the corrupt. The mortal blade's view on the divines is one of distant respect. Viewing himself as a warrior of the people, the mortal blade rejects the concepts of fighting for the glory of the gods, and as such will not pray or accept the blessing of any god. The only exception to this rule is Talos, who the mortal blade reveres for his warrior prowess, and whom the mortal blade would always include in his daily affirmations. Welcome, dear viewers, to CouchWarrior TV on YouTube. I'm the CouchWarrior, and you are watching Mortal Blade, a Dragon Slayer's tale. And I just read to you from the Mortal Blade concept document found on Tamriel Vault under the heading Spirituality and the Mortal Blade. And basically what this section outlines is this idea of ancestor worship rather than religion, okay? It's what he practices is like spirituality. It has the appearance of religion, but really what it is honoring and respecting one's predecessors. And what the mortal blade has determined is that in order to properly honor the dragon slayers of ages past, what he must do is he must make sure that he is taking steps so that those individuals and their significance will be top of mind. So the best way for him to do that is each and every day to meditate to those individuals. Now, he doesn't know who those individuals are. I mean, that's just a fact. So kind of what we're doing here in a way is we're making this up as we go along. He doesn't realize it, but what he's kind of doing is he's crafting his own sort of spiritual practice as he goes along. And so he's doing research. He's doing research as he travels across Skyrim, as he learns words, as he hears history, as he talks to the Greybeards, as he talks to Jarls and historians and bards. He learns things about history and about the past and about the people who came before, and then he integrates that into his meditation. Now, we haven't seen Sagramore meditate yet because he hasn't gotten to that point where he realizes that that is going to be a key. But we understand that this is a practice that is starting to develop in his mind. Every time he kills a dragon, every time he sees a word wall and he realizes that he's been given a gift, he's thinking about where that came from. Who do I owe this gift to, and why have I been chosen? And all of those reflections are going on in his mind constantly as he travels. There's not a moment when he's not thinking about the complexities of what all this means. But he's so consumed by the war and by, all of this combat that he doesn't have a lot of time to sit down and really think about what it all means, you know? So that's why when I think about the transformation of the warrior into the more spiritual warrior, I think about that happening after the Civil War is over. You know, when the fighting is over and suddenly there's a quiet moment, it's in the quiet moments that decisions are made, you know? And so I kind of see that as sort of how this works, you know? And that's why I always recommend doing the Civil War quest line first. It gives you, the character, you know, the player a chance to build your character's legend, make them legendary, you know? Have them do some really amazing things and come away from the war with a reputation as a hero or a mighty warrior or whatever it is. And then you come off the high of the Civil War and find yourself in this quiet moment, and your character is now starting to put the pieces together because there's time to breathe, you know? So that's kind of why I recommend the order that I do, but you certainly wouldn't have to do it that way. So.
Become slaves to the Thu'um. We are not slaves. We are men. Free men who will slay anyone who begs to differ. If there was someone else Ulfric could trust with all this planning nonsense, I would be out there breaking heads with the rest of you.
Right. What is the aim of this war in your view?
First, we'll kick the Thalmor and their bloody Imperial puppets out of the country. Then, we will rebuild Skyrim into the land she once was. When we are done with that, we will take our army to the Dominion and show those pointy-eared bastards not every man is fit to be their slave.
Huh. Reporting for duty.
To deliver some false orders to the Imperial Legate in Morthal. But first, we need to get our hands on some Imperial orders to make the forgeries. The inns at Dragon Ridge and Rorikstead are frequent stops for Imperial runners. See if you can't convince one of those innkeepers to help you. One way or another, get me those documents. What do you say?
Consider it done.
I knew I could count on
you. Right. All right. Well, that was informative. So we can see now that Galmar, he's got the short-term goal, right, of freedom for Skyrim. Self-determinism. We need to be able to worship as we like. We need to be able to rule ourselves. But clearly that's not enough for him. In addition to that, he's looking for conquest and revenge. He believes that is the end goal. That would definitely run counter to what Sagramore believes should be the end goal. Freedom? Yes. All for it. But to go from a bloody civil war into potentially an even more bloody war of conquest and useless revenge makes no sense. Why can't it be good enough to free Skyrim and leave it at that? And then have peace, you know? Why do we have to launch an entirely new war? So, yet another thing for the Dragonborn to think about here. Okay. Well, we are definitely not going to Rorikstead. We had a very strange experience there. We don't want to go back to Rorikstead and risk getting locked up again. What is this? A ruin. The construction of my ancestors. Let's look. Shore? Must be. It is a wonder they could build these things. Why do we not build things like this anymore? Even the tables are artwork. Alright, so it looks like we're headed to Dragon Bridge. That makes the most sense, given our Rorikstad experience. There's no reason to believe that if we returned there, we wouldn't just be hauled off to prison again. Or end up getting ourselves into a bloody fight in the streets to avoid going back to prison. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, let's double check our shout setup here. Spiders. Do we avoid them or do we slay them? Ah. Snowberries. Okay. Well, we've never been to Morthal before, so our... Well, actually, yeah, we did stop in there briefly once before, didn't we? Yeah, when we were passing by before we hit Fort Snowhawk, we stopped in there. Our travels are going to take us by there again. Interestingly, it'll take us by Fort Snowhawk, too. We'll be able to get an update, see what's going on there. That'll be interesting. Okay, made it back to the road. Okay, that is uncooked. So, I have a little water. Gnaw on a little roast goat. And we'll try to get most of the way to Dragon Bridge here and then make ourselves a nice camp for the night somewhere.
Are you finished ogling the grotesque? I suppose I should be grateful you didn't simply attack me.
Why, are you ill?
I'm one of the afflicted. I'd have been dead from this plague a year ago if not for Periite's protection.
Where are you going?
Returning to High Rock. Our shepherd lost his way, and I fear Periite's wrath may consume those who remain with him. Kesh could tell you more. I just want out of Skyrim as quickly as possible.
Well, don't let me delay you then. It looks ghastly. Good luck, friend. Hopefully he can get home. One piece. Oh, that I had more time to stop and look at everything. There's so much to look at. I wish to know all the secrets of those that came before. How did they live? How did they work? How did they fight? So many mysteries.
All right, hand over your valuables.
Really?
Or I'll gut you like a fish.
Are you quite sure you'd like to do this? Look, I suggest you walk away now.
Nice try, but you don't scare me. I'm not going to ask again.
Ugh. Please, woman. I don't have time for this.
Never should have come.
Your funeral. I shall take this ruby in compensation for my trouble.
Another corpse for the pile.
Need something?
Here we go. Oh, cat. I saw you here last time. Is this where you simply hang out?
Maik wishes you well.
You as well. Good day, Khajiit. Off we go.
Yes.
Guess we'll follow these mercenaries. They seem to be going the same direction. All right. Guess we should prepare ourselves here. I don't know what we're going to encounter. I'm hoping that this has been occupied by stormcloaks, but I'd be surprised if it was, just because it seems like it's awfully close to Solitude, but be prepared for anything. Is it still vacant? Caution. It appears that it is still vacant. It is. Ugh. Smells. I shall have to tell Galmar that this is open. He should send a garrison here. Set up shop before someone else does. Ah. Out.
Send Alfric my regards.
They're moving back in already. This is not good. Must have been a scout. Oh, shit. Alright. Come on, mage. can't allow them to retake it. Well, I suppose they're dug in inside, too. We'll go check. All right, well, we got here just as they were arriving, so we may be in luck. We may be in an okay position to drive them away. Okay. Well, let's take a few things here. We'll take the food for sure. Some food, anyway. Always good to replenish your food stores. Even better to replenish them by stealing from the Imperials. Well, don't really know what that spell is, but better the Stormcloaks have it, whatever it is, than the Imperials, right? Okay. All right, well... Ooh, goat hide. Nice. We needed that. We needed that to make our camp cot. Okay. Now, it occurs to me, last time we were here, we did not ever check the prison area out back. I would consider taking more loot from here, but we will become over-encumbered very quickly, and there is no place nearby that is safe enough for us to smelt things, so I'm going to resist the temptation to do that. That would be nice. Oh, hi. Greetings. Prison key. Very good. Many books. Okay, let's see if they've got any prisoners down here. They got a skull. Floating one even. No prisoners. This one is open. Shall leave them as they are. Try not to hit them ourselves. Ah. Good to know. Well, that's interesting. The Imperials are starting to trickle back here. It's not going to be long before they've retaken this fort, and then we're going to end up taking it again. So, all the more reason to liberate Hjalmarch as quickly as possible. Would really hate to have to go through the exercise of trying to take that fort again after the last experience. You never know. All right, let's continue on our way. I think, given how close we are, I mean, we're in enemy territory here, big time. We're very close to Solitude. This is Imperial occupied territory. So we're going to find a place to make a camp that is nice and discreet. So we're going to get up off the road here. Someplace where we can hide out. More ruins. This is a great spot right here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we can help. The ruins here, too, will help to hide our fire a little bit. So let's set up here. This looks like a great spot. Okay. A little bit of thirst going on there. So let's build something. Let's do it. Let's maybe put the fire back here. I'd like to leave as much of this flat spot for the tent as possible, if I could. Ah, it's finicky. There we go. Let's do it right here. All right, let's see what we got for wood. I think we used all the firewood we had. Pretty sure. So we're going to have to gather some, yep. Let's do that. Harvest wood. And we'll chop some dead wood. Frog in my throat today. Okay. I really like this spot. I like that it's nestled in these ruins. It seems like the sort of place that Sagramore would be attracted to. It's up off the road, well out of sight. Pretty well concealed. All right. Nope. Scooch over. Scooch over a little bit. Oh, there we go. That's good, I think. Let me do it. Oh, it's giving me trouble. It's giving me trouble. Trouble. Place. Why is it doing that? Weird. Okay. Okay. Let's goose our fire a little bit. Okay, that's a little better. Keep the fire small. Beautiful spot. Okay, I think we are going to officially adopt this spot as a location of significance for him. This might be some place that he'll come back to from time to time for reflection, or to just hide out, decompress, that kind of thing. I think that makes a lot of sense. It's gorgeous. All right. We need to chop some more wood, I think, so we can build up that fire a bit more. Very good. Now, what do we got that we can roast? This leg of goat. I'm going to cook all of this stuff up. Just roast it. Not going to worry too much about anything else, just to make sure that it doesn't spoil quite so quickly. And then we will have a sit. Dinner. Oh, he's glitching. Glitch. Yeah, I get this sometimes. Just gonna sleep. Alright, so 2 a.m. Well, weather hasn't improved at all. Shit. All right, let's pheasant roast, a little bit of mead, apple. Okay, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our way to Dragon Bridge. We got to go to the inn. That's supposedly where we're going to find an Imperial runner. So this is actually a spot where I also might consider putting in something almost a bit more permanent, you know, like setting up a small tent and leaving it for a little while. It's just a nice little nook. But it's still close to the road and so forth. So, alright, let's get moving. Alright, so Galmar, what he's telling us is that we're going to be doing a little bit of espionage here. We're going to create some bogus orders and deliver them to an Imperial legate that is based in Morthal. But what we're going to do now is try to steal some Imperial messages so that we can create a forgery that is at least a reasonable facsimile of what a legitimate Imperial missive would look like. So, apparently there's a messenger that is hanging out at the inn in Dragonbridge, or stops in there from time to time. So, I think the goal for us is we're supposed to look like a traveler and just kind of hang around and wait for this person to show up, and then we're going to have to relieve them of some of their documents. Well, Sagramore does not relish the idea of ambushing couriers, but it's war. He just prefers to fight people who are going to do a reasonably good job of fighting back. So, not ideal, but we've been entrusted with this mission because it's obviously important, so we will execute on the mission. Alright, yeah, this is big time enemy territory here.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything, or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
Hey there.
Fate is the name. I keep the inn.
Hey there.
Something different about you. I can tell. Hope you ain't here to cause trouble.
Oh, no, not at all. I'd like to refill my water.
Of course.
All right, what have you got
Let's
for sale?
sate that appetite.
I'll buy all of your salt. And seared slaughterfish, freshly prepared. I'll get some of that. Cool. Listen, I have a message. Have you seen any Imperial couriers lately?
I tend to keep my patrons' privacy.
Well, are you sure? I'm concerned that the lives of the couriers in this area might be in danger. There's talk of Stormcloak activity in the area.
Yeah, sure it is. You don't fool me.
What? Whatever, lady.
Good day.
Well, look at him. He just kind of screams Stormcloak, doesn't he? Or Bandit. Too. Well, subtlety is not our forte, so let's just eat. Mind our own business, apparently. Got that slaughterfish. And an ale. That'll do for now. Well, shit, what do we do now?
How dare you?
What? Am I in trouble again?
What do you think you're doing?
Hey, it's bread. I'll pay for it.
Fate. The meals I serve ain't what I'd call a Jarl's feast, but they'll fill your belly.
About that courier.
I tend to keep my patrons' privacy.
Listen. Would this jog your memory?
Well, if you insist. He was here, but he left. If you leave now, you can probably catch him. Or you can just wait here. He'll be back soon enough. Good day. Somebody help!
Oh, hey! That was unprovoked. You saw that, right, everyone? Ah, found him. I will take that, and I will leave. And I'm keeping the bread. Let's get out of here before there's a ruckus. Nobody's told the guards yet. It's helpful that he attacked me first, so let's get the hell out of here. Well, that was interesting. I was expecting I would probably have to chase him down or something like that. I was getting ready to go out the door and start hoofing it down the road to catch him or whatever. But he was right there and he drew first blood, so we can claim self-defense, right? That's what I'm doing, man. So now it is back to Galmar. We will give him these documents. And then we'll see what happens. I'm interested. Yeah, these aren't something we can read. So.